Hey, what is up, everybody? Zero Fats here, aka Cam Jennings, coming at you on behalf of NutriBullet Time. And I was asked a question the other day. Excuse me. And the question was, I think I'm catching a little bit of a cold, by the way, so just drinking a little tea here. But the question was, what was my favorite of the NutriBullets? And I've done a video on this before when there wasn't 4 NutriBullets, there were only 3 NutriBullets, and I kind of went into detail about the stats on each one and stuff. And I'm not going to go into too much detail about the stats this time. What I do want to do is I just want to talk about my thoughts on each of the NutriBullets, and I'm going to talk about which one I like the best. And that's what we're going to do. So let's go ahead and get into it, and I'll tell you what I think about each model and which one's my favorite right now. Okay, so the first one we'll talk about is the NutriBullet RX, right? And the NutriBullet RX has 1700 watts. This is by far the most powerful of all the NutriBullets, okay? It can do hot liquids. That's a major advantage. The NutriBullet is a machine that puts liquid in an airtight container. So you're not supposed to do hot liquids in there, right? Because it can create a lot of pressure. But the NutriBullet RX has a vented pitcher, and I don't know if you can see this back here in the picture, but the actually the one that's on there right now, that's the vented pitcher right there. You can put hot liquids in that and you're good, so you can use that for your bulletproof coffee or bulletproof tea or whatever. The other thing you can use that for is to actually make soup. The NutriBullet RX came with a hardback book, and it has a bunch of recipes for different things like soup and just all kinds of stuff. It's pretty sweet. The NutriBullet RX has a bigger footprint, you guys. It has a bigger footprint. If you're used to the normal NutriBullet, the NutriBullet RX has a bigger footprint than that. Alright, so it's about, I don't know if it's twice as big, but it's bigger, okay? So if counter space is an issue for you, and you don't need that whole thing about hot liquids and soup, this might not be the best choice for you, okay? I'll tell you which one's my favorite at the end, but that's the NutriBullet RX. It's also got higher quality blades. My NutriBullet RX came with one blade, and I've been using it for a long time, and I haven't had any trouble. So it's a very well made blade. It's made to take that 1700 watts, and you don't have to replace it, unlike some of the other NutriBullets. The other thing NutriBullet RX has is a smart technology. When you put stuff in there, it already kind of knows how long to blend it. And that's it. You don't have to worry about how long should I blend this. It knows what to do. It's got this smart blending technology. Some people think that's cool, some people don't. I don't think it's that great of a feature, honestly. I guess it's okay. What I would rather have is a variable speed switch. Kind of like a normal blender, I guess. I'd rather have a variable speed switch. I think that would make this, if the NutriBullet RX had a variable speed switch, it would be perfect to me. I would love it even more. But this is great blender, so cool. Next is the NutriBullet Lean. This is the new one NutriBullet just came out with a couple of months ago. The NutriBullet Lean has 1200 watts of power. It doesn't have that big footprint that the NutriBullet RX has. It has the same footprint as the NutriBullet original and all the other NutriBullets. So it's smaller, right? It's a smaller device than the NutriBullet RX. It's the same size as the original NutriBullet. It's also got smart blending technology, but this one you can turn it on and off. It's got a button on the front. You can hit the button and it goes into smart mode, where it blends just the right amount to get stuff just right. You don't have to use it if you don't want to. You don't have to use it if you don't want to. It's the strongest of the small style NutriBullets, okay? We know the RX has 1700 watts, but it's a bigger blender, right? Of the normal NutriBullets, the NutriBullet original, the 600, the NutriBullet 900, and then the NutriBullet Lean, this is the strongest. It's got 1200 watts of power. It's got a very thoughtful package, you guys. I don't know if you saw my unboxing video. I can be lazy sometimes, but if I'm not lazy, I'll try to put a link to that video in the comment section. But in my unboxing video, you'll see everything that came with the NutriBullet Lean. It's a very thoughtful package. You can see that little food divider right there. That goes on a plate. You can divide up like proteins, starches. It's pretty neat. It's got the blade. The blade's different than a normal NutriBullet blade. It's not the same. It will actually fit in a normal NutriBullet, but it's not the same blade whatsoever. And when I started the NutriBullet Lean up, the way it starts up is slower. It starts up slower, a lot like the RX. So it doesn't start up just at full speed like the NutriBullet 900 or the NutriBullet Original. And what I think that does is I think that that creates less wear and tear on the actual blades. That's what I think. So I think what has happened I think they've perfected it. I think they've taken the NutriBullet and they thought to themselves, hey, how can we make this thing better? That's what I think they've done. And as the years have went by, they've made the NutriBullet better and better. That's what I think. We'll talk about that more at the end. But the NutriBullet Lean has a very thoughtful package. It comes with the cups that come with the NutriBullet Lean have measurements on them, like how full you're supposed to fill it with green leafy vegetables, how full you're supposed to fill it with protein, and they got the things measured out so you can make these really healthy NutriBlasts is what they call them, and they're just smoothies that are designed to help you get healthy. It comes with a special book. It's a 7-day lean health guide. This thing is a very thoughtful package. It was made for someone who was trying to go from being unhealthy to being healthy, and it was really made for that person. It's got the little measuring spoons. It comes with a 6-day supply of this protein powder. It's really cool. It's a really thoughtful package, and if you are out of shape and you're trying to make this transition, if we're heading into the new year here in a couple months here, we're heading into New Year's, and you're trying to do a New Year's resolution to lose weight and get healthy, and you want to jump on the NutriBullet thing, I don't really think you can go wrong with the Lean. It's a pretty cool little package. And also it's cheap, man. This thing was only $130. That's pretty good. By far much cheaper than like a Vitamix or something. Even though I don't think this can do everything a Vitamix can do, that's for sure. But still, for what it's made for, helping someone get healthy and just being a nice little tool in the kitchen. This is good. You can't really beat it. Anyways, like I said, the blade and the motor seem more durable than its predecessors, the 900 and the 600. So that's all I got to say about the NutriBullet Lean. Let me go ahead and move on. I've only had this one for a few weeks, so I'm not the master of the NutriBullet Lean. I just wanted to give you guys some insights on what I've observed about it so far. The next up is the NutriBullet 900, and before the Lean came out, this was the new Big Daddy. It was the strongest of the small NutriBullets. Not as strong as the RX, of course, but still 900 watts of power. It uses the same blades as the NutriBullet 600. The blades are interchangeable. This machine is hard on the blades, okay? Because when you start it, it fires right up at full speed, and it just goes. It's a hard charger. You could definitely tell the difference in smoothie consistency with those extra 300 watts, okay? This is like the 600 on steroids. This is like the original NutriBullet on steroids. It makes a really killer smoothie, okay? There's a big difference in power between this and the 600. Like I said, those 300 watts make a big difference. Your smoothies are really good when you use this 900 on them. And I think for a long time, this was my favorite. This was my old favorite. For a long time, this was my favorite NutriBullet because it wasn't as big and bulky as the RX, and it still had enough power to make great smoothies. And I loved it. And it was easy to clean up. The RX is a little harder to clean up. It's bigger. It's more clunky. It's a little harder to clean up, and I just liked the 900 for a while. Next up is this NutriBullet 600. The OG, the original gangsta. The NutriBullet 600, I call it the 600 just because it's got 600 watts of power. This was the original. This machine can get a lot done, you guys. It can get a lot of jobs done. It's the weakest of the NutriBullets in power and in versatility. With all the extra power the other ones get, as they get more power, They also get more versatility. They can do more things. Now, that being said, there are hundreds, if not thousands, of things you can make in this blender. Okay, I have made almond nut butter in the NutriBullet 600. I have made rice flour. I've ground coffee beans. I've done all kinds of stuff in the 600. It's well documented on this YouTube channel. You guys can see all the things I've done with the 600. There's a ton you can do with it. So if you don't have a lot of money to spend, you can get a 600 and it will serve you well. Make sure you get your warranty because the blades do wear out. Okay. Now I will say those blades, they don't wear out as fast on the 600 as they do on the 900. The 900 is stronger, it uses more power, and it will wear those blades out faster. And what it is the ball bearings and the blades do wear out. And what you'll notice is as you use the blender, it gets louder and louder and louder and louder. It takes several months to wear one out, but it depends on how much you're using it. If you're using it several times a day, then it's going to wear out faster. If you're only using it, once every week or once a day or whatever, it's going to wear out slower. But do not doubt, make no mistake, those blades will wear out. That's just the way it is. And they will get steadily louder as the ball bearings in the blade wears out. That's just the way it is. That's the 600 and the 900 that have the issues with the blades that wear out. You can call them up. You can order new blades. Now, what happens is you get a 15-month warranty when you buy this thing, and it will be, they'll send you a new blade just for shipping. So you're good to go. You can get the blades for free, but it will be an issue. You will have to worry about the blades. When it comes to my favorite of all the NutriBullets is the RX. Okay, and the reason is because it's strong. I can blend anything in the RX. Also, it can do hot liquids, and right now I make bulletproof teas. So if you're doing like any kind of diet where you're doing bulletproof coffees or teas or whatever, this is great for doing hot liquids. You can make soup in it. I'll be honest, I haven't made a lot of soup in my RX. It's not something I use it for, but I do like the ability to use hot liquids in this. Has a bigger footprint. I don't like that. It makes it a little clunky, but I like it, man. I think it's cool. It's powerful. I don't like the smart technology of the blending. I wish it had a variable speed. If it had a variable speed, I think the NutriBullet RX would be perfect. Now, if I take away the fact that this can do hot liquids, if I take that away, okay, then my favorite goes to this machine right here. I love this machine. It's great. It's great. It's got 1200 watts of power. This machine is the newest version of the original NutriBullet. Like, if they would have created the original NutriBullet right now, today, this is what it would have been. That's how I feel, you guys. I feel what they've done with every new installment of the NutriBullet they've released is they've asked themselves, how can we make the NutriBullet better? What can we do? When they did this one, it was just meant to be a different animal. But when they did this one, they were asking, how can we make the original NutriBullet better? Same with the 900. How can we make the OG better? Let's take the OG, let's make it stronger. Okay, let's take the OG, let's make it even stronger. Let's give it the smart technology, the RX. Let's give it a really nice, thoughtful package to help people lose weight, and that's it. Let's make the pictures better. The pictures are the same. These are the same kind of pictures that you had here and had here. The only difference is you got these colorful things on the side that help you do the smoothies. And then this blade right here, it's more durable. It's a different design. So they've taken this original design on the blade, they've improved upon it and made it better. Okay? So the NutriBullet Lean is the culmination of everything they've done before, and this is just the newest incarnation. They've made it better. So to me, if you want the best of the NutriBullet series, then you go for the Lean. But if you want the most versatile of the NutriBullet series, then you go for the RX. So that's it for me, guys. I hope this video has been helpful. If it's up to me, I got to go with the RX because I like that hot liquid thing. But if it wasn't for that, I'd go Lean all the way. It's the newest. It's the best. I think it's great. And I don't think you can go wrong with either of those things. So anyways, that's it for me, guys. If this has been helpful to you, please like, please share, please subscribe. Let me know in the comments section which one's your favorite NutriBullet. I'd love to hear about it. Anyways, I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace, everybody.